My roommate turned our fridge into a crypto mining rig, so I made him freeze on every front. I used to think the worst kind of roommate was the one who leaves dishes in the sink for 3 days. I was wrong. The worst kind of roommate is the one who turns your kitchen into a blockchain laboratory and calls it an investment. Meet Tyler, a walking Reddit thread in the shape of a man. When he moved in, Tyler pitched himself as a tech entrepreneur between startups. Translation: he was unemployed, had 7 different Chrome extensions for tracking coin prices, and wore blue light glasses indoors to stay ahead of the curve. He didn't cook, he meal hacked, he didn't sleep, he power cycled, and he didn't pay rent on time because liquidity's an illusion, bro. It started small, a few laptops on the kitchen counter, a USB stick fan humming, and the lights flickering like we lived in a haunted GameStop. Then came the rigs, big, buzzing, glowing monstrosities that he built right next to the fridge because it's the coldest spot in the apartment. The fridge, the one I used to store food. Not anymore. One morning I went to grab my leftovers, only to find my pasta sweating like it just ran a marathon in a server room. Tyler had wedged a GPU array behind the crisper drawer and rerouted the fan to cool his rig instead of the freezer. He literally hacked the fridge. Our milk curdled. Our eggs boiled themselves. At one point, he had to defrost the butter with a hairdryer just to spread it on toast. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was Tyler explaining it all to his Twitch followers. Oh yeah, he streamed the whole setup, called it the Cold Wallet Chronicles. Every night he'd go live, shirtless in LED light, mumbling buzzwords like decentralized efficiency and vertical mining integration. One night I walked in and heard him say, "And if you're smart, you don't waste time gooning to VTubers. You mine, you stack, you thrive." Which was funny, considering I'd literally caught him gooning to a 3D anime girl in a maid outfit pouring orange juice while whispering affirmations like, "You are valid, senpai." That tab was still open behind his crypto dashboard. But I digress. What pushed me over the edge wasn't the ruined groceries, the sky-high electricity bill, or the fact that our kitchen now smelled like hot plastic and desperation. It was when Tyler started charging me cooling fees. He taped a note to the fridge that said, "If your food requires refrigeration, please Venmo me $10 per month to offset rig interference." That was it. I snapped and entered full-blown evil genius mode. Step 1. Sabotage from the inside. I started replacing our surge protectors with cheap ones from the dollar store. Quietly loosened a few key fans. Rerouted some wires. Nothing catastrophic, just enough to trigger overheating alerts. Every few nights, he'd have to get up at 3 a.m. and manually reset the system with a screwdriver and a prayer. Step 2. I bought a cheap smart plug with Wi-Fi control. Synced it to a burner email. Every time Tyler left the house, I'd remotely cut power to the rigs, then turn it back on before he got back. He spent weeks obsessing over why the hash rate kept dropping. Claimed he was under a DDoS attack. He even ran virus scans on his toaster. Step 3. I made friends with his Twitch mods. I joined his Discord under a fake username, BitBro69, and started sowing doubt. Posed as a fan, but slowly started pointing out inconsistencies in his stream. "Hey man, didn't you say you mined Ethereum, but this looks like Dogecoin hardware? Yo, that rig placement might violate FCC heat regs, LOL." His audience turned on him like wolves. But the pièce de resistance? Tyler had a job interview over Zoom. A real one, with a fintech company he'd been bragging about for weeks. He'd planned to use the kitchen as his tech lab backdrop. Very startup, very grind set. The morning of the interview, I prepped a little surprise. I filled the fridge with raw fish, tilapia. Left it just long enough to start smelling like Poseidon's armpit. Then, when the rigs heated up, the scent turned lethal. Mid-interview, while he was explaining GPU decentralization, you could hear him gagging. He tried to style it out, blamed it on new silicone parts. The recruiter ended the call early. He never heard back. Later that week, the landlord came by for a surprise inspection. Found the hacked fridge, the exposed wires, the fridge-turned furnace, and a melted popsicle stick shrine to Elon Musk. Tyler got a 10-day eviction notice. He turned our fridge into a crypto crypt. I turned his empire into a sinking coin. Fast, useless, and stinking of fish guts.